Jailed Kremlin critic Alexei Navalny has been moved to a sick ward after complaining of a cough and a temperature. That's according to the Izvestia newspaper on Monday. Earlier Monday, Navalny said in an Instagram post that a third prisoner in his quarters had been sent to the hospital with suspected tuberculosis. In the post, Navalny said prison doctors had officially diagnosed him with a severe cough and a slight fever. Navalny, who is President Vladimir Putin's most prominent critic, is currently in prison about 100 kilometers from Moscow in what's known as one of the toughest penitentiaries in Russia. Tuberculosis is a potentially serious, contagious disease that affects the lungs. It's mainly spread through coughing and sneezing. Russian police arrested Navalny in January upon his return from Germany on charges of violating his parole. The anti-corruption fighter had been recuperating in Berlin for several months after being poisoned with a military-grade nerve agent. Navalny has accused agents of Russia's Federal Security Service of poisoning him. Navalny's imprisonment has drawn a chorus of international criticism, with the United States and its allies demanding his unconditional release and vowing to continue to hold those responsible for his poisoning to account. At least 40 people have been killed in Sudan's West Darfur region after 3 days of ethnic clashes that have prompted the government to declare a state of emergency. This is according to the United Nations on Monday. The clashes close to the border with Chad also left at least 58 people wounded. Fighting among members of the two opposing tribes began after armed men shot two people and wounded two others, according to the UN. Sudan's Security Council has declared a state of emergency and deployed troops to the area to restore peace. Tensions appear to have eased between Jordan's King Abdullah II and his half-brother Prince Hamza, days after the prince was accused of involvement in an attempt to destabilize the kingdom. The assessment came after a meeting Monday between Abdullah's paternal uncle Hassan and Hamza. Also in attendance for the mediation was Hamza's brother Hashem and 3 of their cousins. Hamza later issued a signed statement. It said, and I quote, "In light of the developments of the past 2 days, I put myself at the disposal of His Majesty the King." The prince added he would remain loyal to the king and to Jordan's constitution. Earlier in the day, Hamza struck a defiant tone, saying he would not stay at home despite what he said was a government order for him to do so. He also said he would not stop communicating with the outside world. Officials in Jordan had accused Hamza of a malicious plot against the government. Hamza denies involvement, saying he's being targeted for speaking out against corruption and ineffective governance. At least 14 people have been arrested in connection with the alleged conspiracy. Top Democrats on the Senate Finance Committee on Monday proposed major shifts in former President Donald Trump's 2017 tax reforms to eliminate what they say are incentives for companies to move operations overseas and shift profits to tax haven countries. The plan parallels some of the corporate tax hike proposals announced last week by President Joe Biden to finance $2 trillion in U.S. infrastructure investment. The senators are targeting provisions in a law that governs how companies' foreign income is taxed. The Democratic plan would not repeal those taxes, but modify them to move them closer to the main corporate rate. The plan would also create new incentives for investment in jobs in the United States. The proposal will likely face strong opposition from Republicans who've criticized Mr. Biden's plans to roll back their party's Trump-era legislative achievement as putting U.S. companies at a competitive disadvantage. It could pass with only Democratic votes as part of Biden's larger infrastructure plan, but this would require all 50 Senate Democrats to support it. India's Home Minister Amit Shah cut short an election rally in the east on Monday to head to the mineral-rich central state of Chhattisgarh, where Maoist guerrillas at the weekend killed 22 security force members. In addition to the fatalities, 30 other members of the Indian police and paramilitary forces were wounded in a 4-hour gun battle with Maoist rebels on Saturday. It was the deadliest ambush of its kind in 4 years. Shah traveled on Monday to Chhattisgarh to meet the injured and pay tribute to those who were killed.
Hi, thank you for watching. I hope the videos are useful for you. Please subscribe to my channel using the button below.